Future for all.
Yeah, welcome back. 22 minutes after, and that's blind me here tonight in the studio. The energy created by a band, and I would say it's going to get worse now. The energy created by our good friend, Remelton man, living in Letterkenny, Martin Orr.
Hello, Paul. No, I'm going to bore you now with a boring song.
You're very welcome.
Come up with that there. I remember them young lads. They were in the busking competition.
Exactly.
And we were all very impressed.
Aye, we were.
By them.
I meant feeling the energy coming walking down the street. It was something else. They were brilliant, and that's what it's all about, Martin.
Well, I was just saying to you there, and I'm going to say it on air now in front of the world, that you would never hear a band again. They would never be given a chance on any other show.
Thank you very much.
From yourselves.
Thank you.
But you come in here and see a juggler or a pipe band.
But that's what it's all about.
You haven't done a strip act yet.
Hey?
No strip act yet.
Who?
You should do that yourself.
What? I knocked myself chase from your head. Anyway, me and Jimmy's recording a song now very, very shortly. We are up with Joe Murray and Donna up to Castle Dawson. We are going up to record. We've got our song picked. Well, we've got our song picked, right?
Right.
And I sent it to Jimmy, and he said, "That's brilliant." He sent it to Joe Murray. He said, "That's brilliant." So I give him the words to the song, and when I came in, we can't reveal the song yet, right? So I give him the words, and he starts singing along. And he says, "Jesus, that's not a song." I sent him the wrong song. He said, I clicked on the song below. So he's been learning another song for the last 2 weeks. So we're going to go with his song, I think, Jimmy, will we? We'll see. We'll talk about it tonight. But we're looking forward to that. Our first time record. You may bring us down to Voodoo some night, a recording artist.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean? Possible.
Not a problem. I'm not sure what way are you. Are you being yourself, your normal self, or are you actually telling the truth?
No, I'm actually telling the truth. We are recording a song. We're on about a charity, but we don't know. You know what I mean? By the time we take record of it, we're not really that much for a charity.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, all ours goes to the charity.
No, that's one thing about us. There's no ifs or buts. Most is going to us. And then sure, with a couple of bob.
The only thing I get out of it ever is like a bottles of beer.
No, I'm only joking. Hey, I'll sing for the beer, let me tell you. But come here.
For the beer.
You're very well. It's a busy week. Busy week. You were up. You had a Merrill reception.
Reception. I hadn't
for your contribution and your service to music in general.
And the charity.
And charity. Sorry, I beg your pardon. How did that come about, or what?
Well. We were on holiday in Marbella, myself and Teresa. I suppose it's about 6 weeks ago or something like that.
Aye.
1 to 6 weeks ago.
Aye.
And we're in a big date in one of them bars, tapas bars, and the phone rang, and it was Jimmy Kavanagh, the mayor of the town. And he told me what he wanted to do, and I didn't really think. I thought Jimmy can be a bit of a joker too, you know.
Yes, okay, yeah.
But no, this was serious, and it's just it knocked me for six, just. But I had to keep it quiet, and I wanted to tell the world, you know. But I can't keep a secret.
But come here. So what involved? You were the first time I seen you in a suit.
Well, I wear them at weddings.
Oh,
well, for a wee while, and then you throw off.
Very good.
It was actually brilliant. I mean, I was overwhelmed. I don't be nervous very much. The only time you get me nervous there if I was having to read out something at the chapel in front of a big crowd and that there, because you can't have a quick pint before you go on. And
exactly. I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
No.
And the crowd's all sober as well. So it's worse.
And they're hanging on to every word too.
Well, some of them do. But anyway, it was a lovely ceremony. Patrick got an award to Patrick Doherty from the Pantomime Society.
Oh, very good.
Now, I've known Patrick for 1,000 years. But it was a lovely, and they're all saying nice things and all that there. And then they got a glass. There's a picture of it up on the Facebook thing of a glass. And a wee poster type thing to put a frame on.
A certificate thing, like just
certificate. That's the word that wouldn't come into my head.
Yep.
And it was just lovely. I was very nervous. I was sitting there just a bunt on air. It's not like me, but
in saying that, as you say, it's a different kind of arena for you rather than
different. It's not my thing. It's not something I was in control of. If I'm in control of something, I'm grand.
Yes.
I'm running my own gigs and that there.
Yes.
It doesn't bother me one bit. But
political life, Jimmy said to ask you about political life going forward.
Well, I don't think you need to ask me about politics. You have a fair idea.
Well, we're having a discussion off air about a lady, but anyway, that doesn't matter, damn.
We were, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Jimmy's giving the cut. I think everybody here, everybody knows my politics. I think.
No, I keep politics.
That's from my Facebook page and gets me banned every now and again.
I see you off for a while and go, oh.
That's it. The worst I got was a week ever.
That's good.
I'm actually proud of some of them because they were for a good cause.
But say, charity, all joking aside, Martin, you're it's great that you got that award, and I know awards, technically, I suppose they don't mean a lot to you. You're not setting out for awards, but to get that wee pat in the back's nice, like, in fairness, and it's just an appreciation, I suppose, from people.
It was, and it really did make me feel good. Like I won't grab. I really did feel a bit proud, whenever they were saying it all, because you kind of forgot about all that. Somebody would ring me, like as I said. Don't be thinking I'm one great fella, because I don't go and say, right, I'm going to do a charity thing for that. If I could get away with it, I would probably not do any. Just take it easy with the last year and say, and then you look at it and you say, God, that's theirs, worth it there. That's good. But they do take a fair bit out of you. There's coming up to the night.
There's no doubt about that, Martin.
Tossing and turning, and
I know
there.
that. I get that totally.
The biggest one was, of course, the one for Shamey Peoples. Like that was way too big for me. Like it was. Really looking back, I should have had a committee or some king or something like that.
It's a lot in a one-man band.
It was a lot.
But you learn that. But look, people are appreciative of what you have.
They are.
And in fairness, it's well done to you, because I've slagged about it. I always said, if ever you want to follow anybody around Letterkenny, it's definitely Martin Orr, because there's people just coming in front and giving them £50 notes.
They were actually. I mean, it was unreal. Cars stopping and down the street, and it was holding up traffic. Don't just. Can I give you a mention on Facebook? Because the charities like photographs. They like to mention, because then that'll jog the memory in of somebody else.
Of course, yeah. It's the name of the game, isn't it?
But a lot of people will hand it to you and say, don't mention me. But you do have to mention the amount. You say, well, I was given this by a generous person.
Well, it's nice too. It's nice, But listen, we want to get a wee song first tonight, and then we'll get chatting more. So, first up for us tonight is going to be a what?
I was a big fan of Bagatelle. I always thought they'd got a raw deal internationally. I always thought they're big in Ireland.
But I always maintained that Liam Riley, funny, Brian Hassan was up with us last Monday night here, and he
heard him. He's fantastic.
He got very friendly with Liam Riley and down through the years. And I always maintained they were very underrated. Liam Riley as a songwriter, I don't know what. There's something just didn't land right or something. They could have got worldwide acclaim. There's no doubt about it. Yeah,
maybe if he had written a song, Summer in London, or Summer in
maybe
New York, where a bigger population and head out. But I suppose being Irish, Bagatelle would be one of our heroes. I was at them many a time. I was at the first big concert in the Grill where the floor collapsed.
Oh.
They were doing that rock and roll fantasy song, about the.
Of course they do.
The ones that came, they loved, and they died, and then they went, and everybody's got a, and the floor went down just because everybody jumped to that part there. You see,
the stage or the floor?
No, the floor, in the middle of the floor. No, it was only down a bit, like it wasn't even a foot, I would say. But it was the floor collapsed, and they had like three black girls singing, backing singing that night. Fantastic, and as far as a cello player as well. That they're just it was kind of wee orchestra with the band itself. It was so well done. Maybe they overplayed a wee bit in venues because they were in a place and then they were back again then in no time at all. Maybe it's the same songs.
If they had a hi Martin, this is Kevin Doherty. Oh, hang on. Hi Martin, you were looking well in the paper. From Noel and Seamus, I beg your pardon.
That's Noel out in Ballyrena. Hello Noel.
Nick Crossan said you're the master.
Nick.
And I got another one here from let me see, Noel and Seamus again. You don't look 60, you look 50. That must be a misprint.
That's a misprint.
And Jean Corn, our good friend Jean said, well done Martin. And
I was working with Jean last Friday and we were doing a fundraiser for the church down there, the Church of Ireland. There was some crowd out, like it was sold out. It was There's a big hall there behind the church, and Jean's doing the charity thing with me as well on the 12th of June. That's for the wee girl out in Drumkeen.
Oh, aye.
TJ Needham.
And Tommy Berry, hello Tom. Tom said, well done, Martin. More power to you.
Thanks,
Nick
Tom.
Crossan says he was up with Boris today. Were you up with Boris today?
Boris.
Boris.
No, I was working the day.
No, no harm to you, Nick, but no, I can't see that.
Me and Boris wouldn't hit it off.
No, I have a funny feeling we wouldn't. No, I
Boris
wouldn't be jumping into my skin about a mother. But anyway, listen, that's enough of that. Marie O'Donnell says, hello, Sir Martin. Sir Martin Orr.
Sir Martin Orr.
And
I'll talk to those people again.
but anyway,
I'll shame Marie and Kilmacran some night and over the microphone. I'll give her a good
bagatelle number now.
I'll just do a wee one that's always like this one. Leeson Street lady, walking down Albion Way. Leeson Street lady, you've been working night and day, trying to find a client, someone to pay. Leeson Street lady, you're an easy lady. Leeson Street lady, why don't you walk out the door? Some women stay home and have children, other women stay bored. You're walking the street and you're going nowhere, but they know where to find you 'cause you're always there. You know you're always there, and you've been through this way before, and I know, and you've been down this way before, and I know. But you know what it's like to be down your love, just going for a drink, going out, getting messed up again. Well, I read it in the news, they drag you ashore. There was something hanging around your neck, I wasn't really too sure. But no one's gonna cry for you, 'cause nobody cares, you're just a Leeson Street lady, quite set on your way. This is the first time that she's been treated like a lady, because they're letting her go first through her own front door. That's all because of Leeson Street lady. She's not a lady anymore. She's not a lady anymore. And you've been down this road before, and I know. And you've been through this way before, and I know. But you know what it's like to be down your love, just going for a drink, going out, getting messed up again. And there's another Leeson Street lady walking down Albion Way. There's another Leeson Street lady, she's been working night and day, working night and day, working night and day, working night and day.
Yeah, brilliant, Martin. Absolutely brilliant. You really nailed that. Great tune, that, didn't it?
It's just lovely. It's one of my favourites. Actually, it's one of them albums. If you like, they don't have albums anymore. But when you put on a CD, you don't really lift off the needle. You let them all play. It's a bit like you were talking about ABBA, a bit joking earlier on. But they're great songs.
You see, the funny thing, I agree with that totally. And it's like, I just was never a fan of ABBA, right? I was going, but I watched a documentary about them about 4 or 5 years ago, and I was actually going, no, they actually are very good.
Oh,
you know,
I always liked them. You couldn't let on you liked them at the time because you were a punk and you were a rocker.
Right, that's right.
You were a sausage if you liked that.
You'd have been. I could see me walking through Strabane in the 70s with an ABBA shirt on me or someone.
Well, I saw somebody one night with a Boney M badge.
Aye.
I swear to God, I saw it.
Boney M.
But great wee songs.
Oh, they did.
Harmlessly,
They caught you going. They were all commercial, like, you know what I mean. But ABBA were. Aye, they were. They're a great songwriting partnership, weren't they? Like, in fairness.
Fantastic.
What I was going to say, video things are going good for you.
Video's about 12 years old now on a Sunday. It is. It's good. We kind of changed the thing a wee bit, you know, because like I have this kind of name for being country, but I'm not really that wild country myself. I did it because I needed the money at the time. And if you want money in Ireland, there's no point in you playing anything else. But what I tried to do was I would call myself a rocker who dabbles in country.
That's good.
And I get away with it. But the voodoo started with I used to do McGinley's years ago on a Sunday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time I was telling people I was over in London. My sister got married over in London, 86 I think it was, and I remember Sunday afternoons in pubs there are massive.
I know.
And I started that. I came back here then.
Yes.
And I tried it, and it was good. It was good for a while. And then she met Teresa, and then we became parents and all that there. So your girls were growing up, and then the girls are big now. They're in their 20s, like.
Aye.
And they don't want to be seen out with me. In fact, they call me Johnny Trash. They hate country. But no, they're big now and doing their own thing. So I started up, and John Dolan, a good friend of mine, you know John.
I know John,
well, John's the first man I ring when I'm stuck in. When John sees me and he's funny about what the hell does he want now? You know, he probably does. But no, he's very helpful to me. And he was away in Nashville. How many years this now, but whatever time Voodoo started, just before that. And he showed me these videos of these country singers and there's actually some fantastic country music.
There is.
You never hear it here, you know, like it's great.
You can get, definitely is. There's no doubt about it.
I like the way they rock it a wee bit too. I know some of the traditionalists don't like that, you know, but I love.
Well, you see, there is a kind of country rock thing, isn't there? Like there is, in a sense, you know.
But I still love the old fiddle and steel guitar thing too.
Well, see, I think as you're getting older, I know I am. As you're getting older, you listen to music as you wouldn't listen to 20, 30 years
ago. But I
ago.
always liked Don Williams. I always liked Merle Haggard.
Don Williams put me to sleep twice.
I know, you remember the Rialto there, yeah. That was there, sir. And
jeez, I fell asleep. But he doesn't say much. I know he doesn't say much now, like, but
I remember one day there was some show on somewhere, and you know the way I think a country song sounds better in the middle of a whole lot of rock songs, if you know what I mean.
Right.
That's the kind of show I like to put on. We kind of rock it a wee bit in voodoo now in the second part. Depends on the amount of Heinekens go in, you see. If you do say a good rocky one, like and like yesterday, like we do that French song, "Ça Plate pour moi," all that there. We do that there.
Plastic Bertrand.
Plastic Bertrand in 1977.
Classic.
And then just do something like George Jones after. It sounds far better than having a whole lot of boring songs.
And I bet you the same people that are dancing to Plastic Bertrand, or whatever they call him, right, are dancing to George Jones.
Yeah, but you see, a lot of them come for the country, and then a lot of them, they're very open-minded in voodoo. Like I had guest bands, and I'm going to be torturing them young fellas there now. Bands in there. Had you Stolen Relic up here yet?
No.
Brilliant. Aye, they're on with them boys in the cottage this week. I think there's 3 or 4 bands on.
We'll have to get up.
Stolen Relic. Aye, like I had them on, and
they're coming up.
Really good rock, in your face rock. You know what I mean? They're like them young lads there, and they went down a bomb.
Brilliant.
Because you see, all they want to hear is good music. Like.
Aye.
And we've had Victor Yelmo with his orchestra type thing, cello, him and his wife, and the violin. You would have heard a pant drop, man, here. Plenty of trad people, and I love trad music myself. Like
of course. Say hi to Martin Orr from Marie and Oisin O'Donnell listening in Carrigart.
They put them out of Kilmacrenan. Hello, Marie. Hello, Washington.
Hey, Paul and Jimmy Class show is always great to hear Martin Orr on your show. Martin gave me a stage on his Sunday evening voodoo sessions for original music, and that's from Aidan Laird. And he said, congratulations on your
Aidan was up here
award.
too. You know,
Of course. Aidan's coming up in our
very original, very original voice.
27th of 20th of June. Aidan's coming up. Of course he is. But come here, listen. The lockdown. How did the lockdown affect you?
Yeah, I'll be brutally honest here.
Aye.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Nowhere to go. Nobody. After you run out of bands, being there, some days, I can't make it that day. And then you could be looking for a bass player at the very last minute. Everybody you want us. I loved it. I loved it. I was going to be, I'm boring in a way during the week. If I wasn't here now, what time is it now? I've been in bed with a cup of cocoa, watching Sky News. Aye.
Honestly, I'd be the same.
I'm the same, aye. The lockdown was good, but there was nobody beating anybody else. Like you weren't losing out, or you weren't. Then you were getting $350 German off the government. And I like me walking and all that there. But then you see. Coming up then, you see, I used to play a while. I remember, like from Wednesday to Sunday, they were all booked up, and maybe an odd night off. But
there was a lot, but you were really under pressure. You had a bit of a health scare too, didn't you?
I did. I was in hospital for a couple of weeks back in 2019, and I was laid up for about 5 months. I couldn't. I wasn't able to do anything.
Did it shake you up a bit? Like, did it sort of?
Well, it made you cop yourself on a wee bit.
And
then you see the lockdown. The doctor was scolding me again. She's quite scolding, my doctor. she says you're doing too much. You know that there at the time. I said, well, not too bad. Like, but she says, look. And then the lockdown came in, and that probably got me back to full
normal
health again.
And did you, when you come out of that, say we come out of the lockdown thing, have you went back to what you were, or are you more you're selective?
I decided I wanted to just play. I wanted to just play Saturdays and the Voodoo on a Sunday, and next year I'm going to stick to that. I'm not even going to play every Saturday. I'm going to maybe every second Saturday. I love going out for a drink. I mean, there's something trees. See what I was saying to you earlier on. The reason I was playing so much was because I needed the cash. The girls were in college. Very, very dear. You
of course,
know all about that. And Jimmy started saving. And they're through the college now. So there's a big thing lifted off you, so I don't need to want to play. And then you see, I was offered a post in the nursing home up in Hillcrest. I'm just about a year there now. And that still involves music and all that there.
Do you like it?
What?
Love it.
It's like being in a pub with all your friends, except everybody's sober. You know, that's the best of crack. And just even sitting chatting, it's good to do. We do a wee bit of music then in the afternoon.
Nice.
And they all have their wee songs that they like.
It's nice. It's nice to do that, but music is a great thing.
It's nice to do it, and also Marty, your colleague, and
I know
Marty's fantastic. But as well as that, you know, when I was sick, I look back and the time I was sick in 2019, and you know who your friends are. The man says whenever someone like that.
Because we never call you at all.
Well, I had to delete all them dirty messages that you were sending.
No, I get that. I won't joke.
And Hillcrest, like I can't remember, it was 4 months, 4.5 months or something like that there. But I was doing a fortnightly thing up in Hillcrest, you know, every fortnight. Usually it was a Friday, and but Anne waited till I was okay again. She didn't replace me with anybody. She held on. So that's loyalty. That's a bit
nice.
of loyalty. So
I know Marty loves it up here. That's a fact.
You couldn't but love it.
No,
you couldn't but love it.
Well, I have a wee job myself during the day, and it does the same.
You do something like that?
I don't do something like that, but I work. You know, work with children and stuff, and I love it. And it makes you just think. You know,
but it takes someone. It takes someone because my main thing during the day was teaching music to the mostly young ones. I had a few older ones, but most of the young ones. I absolutely loved that too. So to take me away from that, it took some doing.
Right? Can Marty play "Losing All My Passion" for Maria? No.
Well, have you the CD there? Because it's crap on an acoustic guitar.
No, and I haven't got the CD here. No. Sorry about that.
You get it on YouTube.
Maria, go on to YouTube after the show's finished. Well, Jimmy will check it and see if we can get it.
Because it was recorded up here. There's a photograph of me with chatting to you.
Right, if we can get it on YouTube, I'll tell you what we'll do. If we can get it on YouTube, we'll finish with it. that
That's all
okay?
right,
Playing All My Passion is called.
Losing All My Passion. It's
Losing All
I'll
My
be under
Passion.
San Quentin. We called the band San Quentin, the punk band to mock
I remember.
country music, and ended up playing it.
Give us a tune now. What are you going to do for us this time?
I'll do a wee slow one this time. This is I always love Chris Christopherson.
Aye, it's class.
He writes some songs and then he
Oh,
kind of leaves you hanging at the end. You don't know what's the. And we're talking about kind of good deeds and things like that there. And I'm going to play as a lady down in the nursing home asked me to give her a wee mention. So hello on her. The scene was a small roadside cafe. The waitress was sweeping the floor. Two truck drivers drinking their coffee. Two okie kids at the door. How much are them candies, they asked her. How much have you got, she replied. We've only a penny between us. Them's two for a penny, she lied. And the daylight grew heavy with thunder. The smell of the rains in the wind. Ain't it just like a human? Here comes that rainbow again. One truck driver called to the waitress after the kids went outside. Them pennies ain't two for a penny. So what's it to you, she replied. In silence they finished their coffee and stood up and nodded goodbye. She called, hey, you left too much money. What's it to you, he replied. And the daylight grew heavy with thunder. The smell of the rains in the wind. Ain't it just like a human? Here comes that rainbow again. And the daylight grew heavy with thunder. The smell of the rains in the wind. Ain't it just like a human? Here comes that rainbow again.
Yeah, love that. Well done, Martin. Who's your favourite country singer?
Favorite George Jones.
Aye.
Followed very closely by Merle Haggard. If you ask, like most country people will tell you that.
Aye.
There's in Ireland, there's Ray Lynham and Rolly Daniels. Love them too.
Ray Lynham was a great singer.
Ah, great singer.
Aye, brilliant. And it's nice to see him back again because he was off the scene for a good while, wasn't he? And then he's,
But I suppose everybody was off, you see, with the lockdown thing.
but, what about recording? Are you, any more recordings in the pipeline or?
No, I'm not wild interested in any of that sort of
Stuff
thing at all.
anymore.
I really never was. I was always forced into get
The San Quentin thing was good crack, but when you
that was great.
re-released,
We used to go out to Percy's and Jesus, I don't remember half of the finish of them because we used to go into your place. Was it Wellworth or you'd buy big things of beer. 24 tennis, you see. And we'd land out to Percy's. And sweet and mother of God.
half tanked. Best songs ever recorded, half tanked.
Well, there's one that now Losing My Passion I do remember, but there was the B side of that there, whatever we had at the time. I don't remember finishing that at all. And there was a boy coming from Belfast. There's a boy coming from Belfast. Is Was it the Andy White band or?
He was coming out.
I got them faulty. We're coming along afterwards.
Hardly beat.
No, I don't. You don't get the recording studio because you see back in them days, if you made a mistake, you had to go over that whole thing again. I just hated it all. Couldn't bear it.
Wasn't for you at all.
No. But I go to John there. John has a recording studio out in Newton, John Dolan, and he puts up with me. I don't know how he puts up with me. Right, but we'll just do a wee bit again, right? And that's about the last time.
Very good. John's doing good music too as well. He's always had.
John's flat as well. Aye.
It's good to see it back again, but isn't it? You know,
at the same time, aye.
For them ones that are,
but I'm no way am I going to go back to the way it was, like and cut back. I want to go out a bit more, like.
Of course, and why not too? Like, and you know, it's great to hear good music because I noticed it this last couple of months, you know, even in Strabane there, we're back, you know, in the Alley Theatre, up in our 3 gigs already, and Oakfield Park have coming up a couple of gigs and stuff. We're really looking forward to that. Joe Gibson was out there, and you know, it's just great to see.
Joe's out too,
He is, and doing great stuff. They did a great flower there a couple of weeks ago.
Stuff,
aye, and it's just fantastic to see it back. And you don't do the teaching anymore at all, then?
I don't have time, Paul, because I'm up in Hillcrest, you see, and you see the teaching's grand in one way, but then you see you'd have maybe 9 students for a day lined up, and maybe with a flu thing going around, you might only have 2 or 3.
Yes,
the government doesn't give me the money for the rest. You see, self-employed.
No, they're not particularly good at that, you know. No, well, that's good. So what's coming up then? Darkness and Delight.
Well, no, I wasn't involved in that this year, but the
Really for Life. I beg your pardon.
Really for Life is I'll be on with you on Really for Life. But as I said earlier on, you know, I was going to do Saturdays and Sundays this year only. Mm-hmm. Then the Saturdays filled up fairly quick. Mm. But then you see there were some bars hadn't opened yet, and they were good to me over the years when I actually needed the work. And then you see they had nothing for 2 years with the COVID. Aye. So it wouldn't be very nice then to say, no, well, I'm not doing it.
I get that.
So that's why the 3 nights there filled up for
right.
the
year. So, and you filled up, like?
They're filled up.
And all being well, you're just going to sort of cut back a wee bit next year?
I'm going to cut back next year because I enjoyed the time off as well. And besides that, when you're day job as well, you know, it's very difficult. You can't burn the candles at 2. I'll be 62 in a week's time, so it'll be 40. Aye, so you can get a straight red very handy.
You're 6 months older than me. Good man. God, I tell you what, hey, it doesn't belong to them. Do you know what we're going to do? We're going to go out with that one. We'll go out, we found Losing All My Passion. We hope it's the right one.
I heard you during you nearly put me off me when I was doing the Christopher's song. People at home couldn't hear, but it's belting out here in me.
She said to me, I felt it, and I didn't know it was coming through. So sorry.
We recorded that back in 1985. It would have been, and it was. I remember. There was a boy and a girl. I was in the toilet in a place called Nobody's Inn. It's where Dylan's is now. Nobody's Inn was a rock bar back in the day, and we used to play there every Saturday night. And we were rehearsing this night, and I'd written this song, and I hadn't written it. It wasn't that song I'd written a different song. But there was the boys had taken a break anyway, and your boy had music coming out over the speakers, and she shouted, "I'm losing my passion," or something like that. There, I'm losing my passion. And then when I came out, then there was do you remember a band called Simple Minds?
I do.
And Shine Your Light on Me, down and shine. I got this rhythm losing all my passion. They're not just kind of stuck together. We actually rehearsed it there that night, wrote it, scribbled out a lot of words. Because you're writing pop songs, you don't need to have a story. You just she's, you know, like
I know. This
is the Beatles had "She Loves You," yeah. I mean,
this is it live. Lose My Passion, losing all my passion. Martin Orr and San Quentin.